unveils its new operating system. What's different and is it better? Experience Windows XP.
Stay where you are. The 10 o'clock news starts now.
Live, Kurt Ludlow, Shauna Parsons, meteorologist Rod Hill, and Tim Becker Sports. This is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. Anthrax has been found in a new area of the same Senate office building where an anthrax letter was received by Senator Tom Daschle.
Investigators found spores in an elevator there. Skip Lozier joins us now live from Washington with the latest.
The U.S. Postmaster General says he cannot guarantee the safety of all the mail, but he does say the Postal Service is doing all it can. A mixed message about the safety of this nation's mail. The White House says the president believes the mail is overwhelmingly safe.
The president is satisfied that every precaution is being taken.
But the Postal Service is issuing gloves and masks to employees who process mail, and it's going to buy irradiation machines that will kill the anthrax bacteria. 200 employees at the White House mail processing facility at the Anacostia Naval Station and the Eisenhower Old Executive Office Building are being tested for anthrax. Thus far, officials say no positive hits. 6 additional workers at the Brentwood Postal Facility elsewhere in Washington are hospitalized, suspected of having inhalation anthrax. 2 others have confirmed cases. Another employee of the New York Post has been diagnosed with cutaneous or skin anthrax. She's expected to recover. Are the anthrax attacks connected to last month's terrorist attacks?
I have no direct evidence, but there are some links.
But FBI Director Robert Mueller isn't ready yet to draw a firm conclusion.
There is no evidence to support that the presumption at this point that the anthrax attacks were a result of organized terrorism.
Overseas, U.S.-led planes continue to pound Taliban military positions north of Kabul. The Pentagon claims the Taliban may poison humanitarian aid being brought into Afghanistan to feed the hungry and blame it on the U.S. Here at home, the FBI warns there could be another terrorist attack at any moment. We're live in Washington. I'm Skip Lozier. Back to you.
All right, Skip, thank you.
Open your mail and wash your hands. A warning tonight from the United States Postmaster. KPTV's Chris Murphy has been out talking to people about this. Chris, what are they saying about this wash warning?
Well, Kurt, some say it's a good idea. Others say it's just nothing to get worked up about. But one thing is for sure, anthrax is now on everyone's mind now that 2 postal workers are dead. Postmaster's statement, there is no guarantee your mail is safe.
After you open your mail, it's advisable to wash your hands.
That warning, even though anthrax contamination from mail is extremely rare. The U.S. Postal Service handles 680 million pieces of mail, and there have been just 4 cases of anthrax and none in our area.
On the West Coast here, no specific incidents, no incidents of anthrax threats delivered through the mail at all.
That's why some say washing your hands is a waste of time.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to wash my hands before or after, but I do pray about it.
If people want to wash their hands, that's always a good thing, and their mom told them to, and that's fine, but I don't think the average person's mail is in any kind of danger.
I wash my hand after I use the restroom. I wash my hand before I eat, and I don't have any reason to change that pattern.
Others fear this is just the beginning of a new wave of terrorist attacks, and washing your hands is a small price to pay for a peace of mind over a piece of mail.
I would try and wash my hands or be careful. I mean, if somebody, I think, would try to maybe send a letter in the mail with anthrax on it, I wouldn't want to be killed or have skin problems.
I think it's a good idea because there's germs everywhere.
Now, for more safety tips, you can go to the website for the Postal Service. It's USPS.com. And Kurt, a lot of postal workers back east right now are being tested for the anthrax contamination.
Yeah, what about the postal workers here in Oregon?
Well, I asked the local official here today, and he told me that none of the postal workers in our area are being tested for contamination right now. One precaution they are taking here, though, is that a lot of them are now wearing the rubber gloves.
Can understand why. KPTV's Chris Murphy, thanks.
Worries about biological attacks have many Americans concerned and asking a lot of questions. To help calm fears, the Centers for Disease Control website has answers to commonly asked questions like, what is the average risk of contracting anthrax? Should people buy and store antibiotics? And what is the Centers for Disease Control's role in all of this? If you would like to visit the CDC website, you can go to Oregons12.tv and click on featured links.
So how about you? In light of the Postmaster General's warning, will you wash your hands after handling mail? That's tonight's 12 Talkback Online poll question. To vote, log on to our website, Oregons12.tv, and see results on tomorrow's 10 o'clock news.
A Kaiser man is banned for life from city buses and transit centers in Salem. 30-year-old Noah Slaughter is accused of leaving bags of white, blue, and orange powder on buses and around the Salem Transit Mall. Investigators say since October 8th, they have found 23 bags of the powder. Several of the small Ziploc bags were scattered around the Transit Mall. Others were placed on buses. Each time a bag was found, buses were stopped mid-route, unloaded, and checked. Investigators say the suspect called the whole thing a joke.
When I asked what his intention was, he said he wanted to scare people. I asked if he was wanting people to think if they found drugs or anthrax. He initially said anthrax, then realized what he had said, and then tried to change it to drugs.
Now, Slaughter claims the bags were filled with baking soda, powdered cheese sauce, and toothpaste. He's in jail tonight, charged with 23 counts each of criminal mischief, disorderly conduct, and offensive littering. He could also face federal charges. Passengers are now banned from riding in the front seats of Greyhound buses. It's part of the new security rules that the bus company has imposed in response to last month's attacks. It also comes after the assault of a bus driver earlier this month near Salt Lake City. Signs on buses that used to ask passengers not to distract the driver now warn them to stay behind yellow lines or face prosecution. The only exceptions to the front seat rule are kids traveling alone and Greyhound employees. Oregon state and county health agencies say they are ready to respond to bioterrorism.
But those agencies say they may not be equipped to handle a large outbreak. KPTV's David Wilson joins us with this story. Dave?
Well, in Salem today, health officials told a legislative panel that health departments across the state are stressed and overworked. More money and personnel are needed to effectively handle a large-scale bioterrorism attack.
Bioterrorism is no longer just a theoretical possibility. I mean, it is a reality.
State and local health leaders tell Oregon lawmakers they receive hundreds of phone calls every day from concerned citizens wanting reassurance. Assurance that the state government could handle a bioterrorism event.
I think that we are equipped to deal with bioterrorism.
Equipped but possibly short-staffed. Today, health agencies easily handle small outbreaks of familiar diseases such as hepatitis, E. coli, and measles, but may not have the staff to cover widespread unfamiliar illnesses.
Also possible that one of these days we're going to have a novel virus spring up that is not covered by the vaccinations, and that novel virus could be a very deadly one.
As far as bioterrorism, agencies are most concerned with anthrax, plague, and especially smallpox.
Unlike either plague or anthrax, it really is not treatable. It is a viral disease and so is not treated by antibiotics.
Only 6% of Oregon counties have a bioterrorism response outline inside their emergency plans. State health leaders want more money to hire additional staff and improve facilities because someday an illness could sicken as much as 40% of the population, leaving the area virtually helpless in fending off a disease. And if there were a terrible outbreak here, the Centers for Disease Control can be in Oregon within 12 hours, equipped with extra vaccine and antibiotics. State health experts told the Senate panel today they are also preparing for an influenza pandemic like the one that killed millions worldwide. Back in 19, they say one of those widespread flu outbreaks happens about every 70 to 100 years, and so we're due about now for something like that.
Last one was 1918, right?
Fortunately, now we have the vaccines and stuff.
We do.
Yeah, so.
Thanks, David.
A loud explosion you may have heard in southeast Portland tonight. Firefighters and police rushed to the Wimbledon apartment complex around 6 o'clock tonight to find a man burned after a propane explosion in the bathroom. Portland police call it an attempted suicide.
He had turned on a propane camp stove and opened a small propane cylinder and Subsequently, when the bathroom filled with the propane, he intentionally lighted a match.
I just heard a loud boom, and the doors shook and everything, and then I came outside to check it out, and there was just stuff all over the pool area.
Police say the man was rushed to a local hospital with burns, but he was alert and able to tell them what happened. The only unit damaged was the one in which the explosion happened. Well, we've shown you the pictures of the little girl left with an acquaintance by her mother who then disappeared. It's been several weeks since anyone has seen the woman, but tonight police say they know who she is and they hope you can help them find her. KPTV's Anna Katayama joins us now with more on that story. Anna?
Yes, Shauna, we have been following this story for well over a week now. A 2-year-old girl is placed in state custody because nobody seems to know where her mother is. State caseworkers didn't even know the little girl's name until today. Police have identified her, though, as 2-year-old Dinah Jade Roy, that is. Detectives searched a diaper bag and other items that were left with the girl, and they used that information plus information received through telephone tips to identify not just the 2-year-old, but her mother as well. Police say that 21-year-old Lisa Marie Kinsey dropped her daughter off with an acquaintance in Portland sometime during the first week of September. She has not been seen since. Detectives say their focus right now is on the mother's safety.
Does she need our help? Is something happened to her? Is she hiding to protect herself or something? Is there something that has happened to her that we need to be investigating? And the longer that this goes on, where no one has contact with her, obviously the more difficult it will be to be able to put the pieces together if she has been the victim of some foul play.
Now, Portland police officers say they did stop Kinsey for questioning on September the 1st, about the time that she dropped off her daughter in Portland. No arrest was made at that time, and police aren't offering any information about why they did stop Kinsey. Both the 21-year-old and her daughter are from Las Vegas, and police don't know what brought them to Portland. If you have any information which may be helpful to police, you're asked to call 503-823-HELP, and there is a cash reward being offered. Kinsey is known to have ties to Seattle and to several locations in California as well, to Sacramento, to Los Angeles, and also to Hollywood. She does not have a criminal history here in Portland, but we are told she has had contact with police in other states.
Anna, what about family members? Have they been able to track anybody down?
Well, Shauna, actually, detectives have found the toddler's father and her grandmother. Both live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and neither of them has seen the toddler's mother since the first week of September. So that's part of the reason that they're concerned right now about the mom's safety. No one has heard from her.
All right, Anna Katayama, thank you.
Governor Kitzhaber is endorsing his longtime friend and political ally, Ted Kulongoski, for governor. The governor points to Kulongoski's experience as a state legislator, Oregon Attorney General, and state Supreme Court justice. The Gov says it gives Kulongoski experience that no other candidate has, Republican or Democrat.
We face many uncertainties in so many aspects of our lives. But I begin this campaign, I feel confident that I share the same goals and dreams of all Oregon families: economic and personal security, quality education for our children, clean and safe air and drinking water, government we can trust to do the right thing, and protecting the quality of life that makes Oregon unique and wonderful.
Some Democrats worry that Kitzhaber's endorsing just one of 3 Democratic candidates could backfire on Kulongoski. It may encourage the campaigns of Beverly Stein and Jim Hill to work harder to beat him.
Domestic violence is much more common than you might think. Coming up, see what police are doing about it.
Some singles in Portland say a dating service promised to find them a match, but instead took their money and left them dateless. I-Team 12 investigates.
And an important recall to tell you about. Find out why General Motors is recalling hundreds of thousands of minivans again.
On the weather deck, I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. A few raindrops at this hour falling. The high today 55, the low is 38. And in the rain gauge, most of that rain, of course, this evening, 0.02 inches. When will the rain stop, or will it? My forecast tonight's at 10:28.
I'm Kimberly Moss.
And I'm Ken Ackerman. Tomorrow on Good Day Oregon, we're getting down and dirty in the garden with Mike Darcy. He has the scoop on planting bulbs.
Plus, we're raiding Caprillo's kitchen. She'll whip up a great recipe. Also, Katie O'Grady, our Screen Gem reviews On the Line, starring 2 of pop music's hottest guys.
And it's a growing problem, but we can help. Get sound advice for avoiding ID theft tomorrow.
Some people don't like the dentist. I can't imagine why. What they need is a whole new kind of dentist. Gentech dentist.
You'll find gentle dentists with a passion for customer service and innovations like laser whitening and no needle, no drill fillings.
And at Gentech Dentist, your satisfaction is guaranteed, or your first visit is free. Ever heard that from a dentist? No. Gentech Dentist. The next generation is here.
Armstrong Volkswagen has been in business for over 35 years. Our lowest possible price policy and service after the sale has resulted in thousands of satisfied customers. Not astounding concepts, but they might lead you right to our door. Armstrong Volkswagen. Drivers wanted.
Install a Train high-efficiency natural gas furnace and qualify for up to $400 in rebates. We will arrange to have your old tank pumped out. Call Tri-County Temp Control for details. 503-557-2220. It's hard to stop a Train.
Bailey Nursery in Yamhill, Oregon offers its clients beautiful choices. So Bailey picked a local health plan that does the same, LifeWise. LifeWise gives Bailey employees an open choice of more than 6,000 doctors and caregivers, along with useful online health information at their fingertips. And as the folks at Bailey will tell you, that's a pretty nice arrangement. LifeWise, it's up to you.
Freedom should be accessible to everyone. That's why you can now get 0% financing on Jeep Grand Cherokee and Jeep Wrangler. And if you buy now, you'll make no monthly payments for 90 days. And while you can't put a price on freedom, you have to admit it's a pretty good deal. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
On the next In the Garden, Mike shows you how to make leaves out of cement and take a look at some unique grasses that'll accent any yard. Saturday at 8 on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news.
A 13-year-old Albany boy is responding to treatment tonight for a gunshot wound to the head.
The shooting happened yesterday afternoon in this house outside Albany. The victim, 13-year-old Joshua Leslie, shot once in the head. The Lynn County Sheriff says the shooting may be linked to some suspicious men who'd come to the boy's house 3 times in the past month trying to steal cars.
At least on one occasion, weapons were brandished and when they tried to take a vehicle. So there could be that we are having a continuing connection.
That's Lynn County Sheriff Dave Burride. Joshua Leslie's parents and older sister had been away from home since Sunday. He was being cared for by an 18-year-old family friend. Joshua remains in critical condition.
A Vancouver teen is on the run tonight after escaping from juvenile detention. Authorities say 16-year-old Isaiah Jackson blended in with a group of teens leaving the Vancouver Detention Center today. Jackson then fled on foot into the Johnston Beach area. Here he is there. It's believed that a friend gave him a ride out of the area. Jackson was wearing a detention center uniform when he escaped. Anyone with information about his whereabouts should immediately call 911. Well, in celebration of National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, more than 100 Oregon men have been arrested in one night. Today, 6 county law enforcement agencies announced the arrests of 129 people in a huge domestic violence sweep. KPTV's Robin Burke has the details.
What's the numbers on that?
Southwest Menlo, number 35.
Who's our victim?
3070.
That's right there.
These 2 Washington County Sheriff's detectives are among 250 out looking for domestic abusers.
If we could get 15 to 20 people in custody, I would be very happy. Howdy. You guys got a line on somebody here?
But first they have to find them. When an abuser is released from jail, he agrees not to contact the victim. Police say that agreement is often violated.
I talked to Mom. She says that he hadn't been back. I talked to Daughter, and she says he was here Sunday night. And so he has violated his release agreement, so all we have to do now is find him, and he's gonna go to jail. Does he live across
but he can't be found.
Sergio lives there? Yeah. What time does he usually get home?
The next guy on the list seems to be honoring his agreement.
Has he been back here at all?
No, he hasn't been back here since that night.
Since that night?
Yeah.
Most victims are just relieved detectives are checking up on them.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat that they came just to double check that he hasn't, tried to make any further threats or anything.
Unlike Renee, some women change their minds about pressing charges.
well, nothing's wrong. We're actually here to make sure you're okay. She doesn't want anything to happen to him because they're going to go to marriage counseling, but he hasn't had any contact here.
If police have strong evidence, they don't need the victim to press charges.
Assault, forward, menacing, and kidnap.
The DA can try the abuser anyway.
Your husband kicked in the door, and he actually broke the frame here, too, if you can see this. And this chain was installed after the assault for added protection.
No arrests for these detectives tonight, but the success is in reassuring the victims. In Beaverton, Robin Burke, the 10 o'clock news.
In the entire sweep, 129 arrests were made, 1,226 attempts were made. According to the latest Oregon governor's report, 1 in 8 Oregonian women have been physically or sexually assaulted by their partners.
A couple accused of kidnapping their kids at gunpoint pleads innocent. Ruth and Brian Christine face kidnapping, robbery, and other charges. They're accused of kidnapping 3 of their daughters from state child welfare workers. The state had taken the kids because they were said to be malnourished. The parents were arrested in Montana and are now back in Douglas County. The East Bank Esplanade is attracting more than just pedestrians. The city says skateboarders have caused $31,000 in damage to the Esplanade. The damage comes from skateboarders trying tricks along the Esplanade's concrete walls.
Near Salmon Street and Main Street, we've had a considerable amount of damage to the seat walls and the planters by skateboarders who jump up and grind along the edges. You know, the skateboarders are fine if they're using the transportation right-of-way and keeping their wheels on the ground. The problem is when people want to do tricks. It damages property and it also endangers other persons.
The city also plans on spending $25,000 to install 900 elbow-shaped skateboard stops along the edge of the concrete walls.
The group that owns PGE Park says a new restructuring plan will include layoffs. The interim president of Portland Family Entertainment says the group will lose about $8 million in its first year, and it could be years before a profit is made. The layoffs will include PFE employees and possibly PGE Park concession workers. The loss in profits is being blamed on high administrative costs and poor management decisions. Well, it may take a while for Mariner fans to get over their team's untimely demise, but hey, the game marches on.
And it's pretty clear by now the Yankees are playing for a greater cause than just another World Series ring. Dan Christopherson's here with the Yankees' inspirational send-off from New York today.
That's right. We all know what that cause is. It is engulf the world, that's for sure. We know, unless that you are partial to pinstripes, that this October ritual is getting kind of old. 96, 98, 99, 00. That's right. The Yankees have won 4 of the last 5 fall classics. But you get the feeling that they do want this one most of all, and they want it for the tired, the huddled, the grieving masses of New York City. There's Mayor Rudy and the Yankees skipper, Joe Torre. They led a pep rally today just 5 blocks from the Manhattan disaster site. Torre showed off his, well, so did Mayor Rudy. They showed off their right arms, and then Torre poured out his heart when he talked about the real inspiration behind yet another Yankee run to the World Series.
This season, there was no question that we drew the strength from the city of New York, from the individuals, and the NY on our caps represented more than just baseball fans, represented New York City and all of America because of what we're fighting back from.
And thoughts of New York's finest scattered around Yankee Stadium today. McMinnville's finest, Scott Brocious, the third baseman, sporting the NYPD in the Yankees' final home workout before they leave for Arizona. And, of course, Game 1 of the series is Saturday night. Derek Jeter, 6-year big league veteran, is playing for his 5th championship ring. Some guys have all the luck.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And he's a big reason for it, no doubt about that. But, you know, if, okay, you're a Mariner fan and you want to root for something, I guess there's something else out there.
We'll take it. Yep. Thanks, Dan.
General Motors is once again recalling 3 of its minivans because of faulty doors. Today, the car maker announced the recall of 314,000 Chevy Ventures, Pontiac Trans Sport Montanas, and Oldsmobile Silhouettes. GM says a faulty mechanism could cause doors to slide open while the vehicle is in motion. The model years being recalled are between 1987 and 2001. In April, GM recalled over 500,000 minivans because of similar door problems.
Coming up, meteorologist Rod Hill says it might be raining on us when we wake up tomorrow morning.
Details just ahead in his pinpoint forecast. Also, can these slippers, funny-looking slippers, really make you lose weight? The company that makes them says, yeah. Find out how they work.
Find out why this Salem man says he got the ultimate rejection not from a date, but from a dating service. I-Team 12 explains how this service let him down, coming up.
Tomorrow night at 10, a ride on a real horse, a treat for disabled kids made possible by these dedicated young women. See how these teens are making a difference tomorrow on the 10 o'clock news.
It's the peace of mind that comes with a 4-year, 50,000-mile bumper-to-bumper limited warranty and complimentary scheduled maintenance. But most of all, it's the peace of mind that comes with knowing it will never be mistaken for anything else on the road. The Jaguar S-Type. Lease one for just $4.99 a month.
The $4.99 Jaguar lease from Monty Shelton Motors, 16th and West Princeton.
Everyone knows AAA can save you from a breakdown. You knew that, didn't you? But AAA can also save you money on a little slice of paradise. I think you'll love that. Plus, show your card and save on everything from specs to restaurants to hotels. Excuse me. Waiter, my towel, please. Hey, get this. AAA even has auto and homeowners insurance. Is there more to say? Oh, yeah. So call AAA because membership means more.
These shoes aren't a fashion statement, they're a weight loss plan. At least that's what the creators of this special footwear say. See how these slimming slippers work coming up.
Everyone's working together to get things moving again. Here's our contribution. 0% financing on most Chrysler cars and minivans. And if you buy now, no monthly payments for 90 days. Now it's never been easier to drive home a new Chrysler car or minivan. So take advantage of these great offers. It's our way of helping move things forward again. See your local Chrysler dealer today.
This weather report on the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by American Family Insurance.
We sell close to 3 million boxes per month. This is our smallest box. This is our biggest box. We go on to the next question.
For 20 years, Boxes Incorporated has kept its commercial insurance neatly packaged with only one company, American Family Insurance.
Our American Family agent got to know us and to know our business. He's a real professional.
American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof.
Any size, any shape. Boxes are our bag.
American Family Insurance.
Welcome back. The never-ending quest to lose weight just got as easy as wearing slippers. At least that's what one company says. The Get Slim slippers, well, they use magnet therapy, reflexology, and the laws of gravity to, makers say, stimulate a person's intestinal tract, causing the pounds to just melt away naturally. At least one customer is thrilled with the results.
This is the dress that I used to wear to cover my weight with a sweater and some clogs. I've lost a whole dress size from 11, 12 to size 9, 10, and I'm very happy.
So you look a little funny when you walk, huh? Of course, the claims could be too good to be true. The company admits there is no scientific research to actually prove the claims.
No men's shoes there. It's going to be lights out on some Oregon highways. ODOT plans to turn off some highway lights to conserve energy. The plan will save the state $120,000 a year. ODOT says the lights will be dimmed in areas that will still be safe. The list includes 20 different areas, among them the Vista Ridge area on the Sunset Highway, and then parts of I-205, I-5, and I-84. Lighting up your fireplace this year brings a new warning. Be careful where you get your wood. The state ag department is worried diseased oak from California will make its way here. Sudden oak death has killed thousands of trees in California, and the fear is the disease could spread through the firewood. So the state says you should ask your wood provider where the wood comes from to be sure it's not diseased.
The bulging South Sister may not erupt anytime soon, but all the underground magma could trigger earthquakes. Now researchers are trying to decide whether to put new seismic equipment near the central Oregon mountain. They say molten rock has continued to seep into the area over the past year, and new measuring devices could allow them to study the area and protect the public.
Meteorologist Rod Hill, you know, if you wore those slimming slippers when you danced, you could really get a good workout.
Oh, yeah, I'd be flying through the air, wouldn't I?
On your toes the whole time.
Thank you.
You look good in a pair of those, Kurt.
Thanks. The little feet poking off the end.
Yeah.
Remember that big storm we started to talk about last week that was going to be moving across the eastern part of the country?
Yeah.
Thank you for remembering. That's where we start tonight.
Okay.
It's a big one. Take a look at this. The low pressure system, strong one that's really pulling down cold air out of Canada, moving into the upper part of Michigan tonight. And boy, the action has been intense along this storm line with the cold front. Severe weather, including tornadoes across much of this line tonight from Ohio all the way down into the state of Texas. The blue stuff back here in Minnesota is snow, and we start tonight with heavy snow in Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah, it's pretty slow. It's very slippery. It's pretty solid ice all the way there, so... Oh, it's pretty cold, too.
Oh, it sounds like it, doesn't it? Hey, 10 inches of snow in Fargo is a record for this time of the year. Blizzard conditions. At one point, the Highway Patrol said on I-29, some 400 vehicles were stalled and or just plain stuck. Now we take you to some severe weather action. Looks like spring today down in Champaign, Illinois. Possible tornado, one of several reported across that front today, as I mentioned, and 80-mile-per-hour winds. No reports of anybody being hurt in Champaign, so good news there, but a big monster storm system. Here we are tonight. Doesn't seem like much after looking at those pictures, and in fact, it's not. The blue color on the regional radar areas where it's a mist or some sprinkles, and that's about it. There's been a little bit of heavier rain at times up north in Cowlitz County, and Astoria today picking up over 1/10 of an inch of rain, but not much for the rest of us. This flow, though, could continue all the way into tomorrow morning and perhaps even into lunch tomorrow. Here's that cloud flow. We looked at this last night, still shooting in. On the back side of this, that little kind of curl right there, little looks like a U trying to develop. That's our storm system for Saturday. That will be weakening as it comes in. But as that develops, it looks like this flow here will start to break up tomorrow afternoon. So look for solid clouds in the morning, perhaps some light rain still toying with this, and then look for the cloud flow to break up. We become partly sunny at some point tomorrow afternoon. And it still looks like Friday will be a dry day as well. High temperatures on the cool side again, of course, with the clouds, and much of our state across the northern portion of Oregon had them. It was sunny down south. North Bend at 61, Brookings at 63. But still only in the 40s in John Day today, a high there of 49. It was only 47 degrees out in Burns. Kelso today, 52 with some rain at times. Seaside had a rain at times as well, and their temperature was 52 degrees. Here's our forecast check for today. Yeah, my forecast was really kind of lousy last night. I thought I kind of gave you a bunch of garbly, gooply, mushy stuff. So I said no. A good forecast for today would have been high clouds and then an increasing chance of rain by late day. That's exactly what did happen. I said 57 and 40, and it was 55 and 38. Outside right now, we do have cloudy skies, light rain and sprinkles in the city, 48 degrees. Dew point's the same, so it's very humid. Humidity at 100%. Barometer is rising tonight, and the winds are currently from the west at 5 miles per hour. Here comes the forecast for the Oregon coast. Down south, none of the clouds. North Bend misses them, so mostly sunny. But north of there, here's that chance of light rain mainly through tomorrow morning, and actually probably no later than 9 o'clock before any rain chances end along the coast. Astoria tomorrow 61, eventually becoming partly sunny. Winds near shore from the southeast at 20 knots. In the valleys, could be all the way through noon where we see the possibility of some light rain, and then eventually those clouds will break up. Salem, a better chance of becoming mostly sunny by, say, mid-afternoon. Eugene, not expecting to get caught up in the clouds, a high there of 63. Up in the Cascades, could be some rain showers continuing all the way to early afternoon tomorrow. Government Camp about 48. The freezing level actually rises tomorrow, as you saw. And then here's the cloudiness across the northern portion of our state tomorrow, eventually breaking up and becoming partly sunny in John Day. And the same thing for Pendleton with a high of 58. No precipitation expected this far to the east. In the Gorge tomorrow, the Dalles looking for a high temperature of about 60. Skies partly sunny, a cloudy start. Cascade Locks could see some of those showers into the early afternoon and a high temperature of about 60. Pinpoint numbers, there's that chance of rain through noon, 45 and then 53 at noon, and then eventually becoming partly sunny. High temperature tomorrow getting up to about 60. 7-day forecast. Friday still looks dry. Could see some rain actually threatened by Friday overnight and then into Saturday. Sunday still looks dry. And the extended numbers are really quite different than they were yesterday. A cold front on Tuesday at this point looks to be a strong one and eventually a cold one. So we'll be following that story for you tomorrow.
Glad to see you changed your reading there on the forecast. You know, we teased you about it last night at the end of the newscast.
Yes, you did.
And we were right.
Hurt my feelings.
Just admit we were right.
Hurt my feelings.
Oh,
you gave yourself an X.
Thank you.
Time to redeem yourself. The jury reaches a verdict in the O.J. Simpson road rage trial.
Coming up, we'll tell you what it was, and we'll hear what his lawyer had to say.
It's being called the most important piece of software in the world. Coming up, a preview of Microsoft's new Windows XP.
The largest Chevy flagship store on earth is now offering 0% financing and huge discounts on every new Chevy in stock, like a 2001 Malibu V6 totally loaded for 0 down, no interest, and only $249 a month for 60 months. Just $249 a month. With savings like these and 0% interest, you could actually lower your current monthly payment and drive home in one of our 500 new Chevys. But only for a limited time, where salaried salespeople see it your way. Car Chevy World, Beaverton.
Hi, we're Mike and Amy in the morning.
With more free birthday money from 99.5 KWJJ.
This Thursday morning, you could win $10,000 if your birthday matches the one in this envelope.
And it's so very easy. Just put your radio on KWJJ.
That's 99.5 FM.
Listen 7:20 Thursday morning for your chance to win. Here, hold this for a second. $10,000.
Somebody's going to win 10 grand tomorrow morning at 7:20 on 99.5 KWJJ.
That's a ton of money.
You think?
Microsoft finally unveils its new operating system. What's different and is it better? Experience Windows XP coming up on the 10 o'clock news.
Tickets to all Blazers home games are on sale now. Call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or log on to Blazers.com. Stop by Taco Bell and pick up a free Blazers pocket schedule.
If you're going to need anything for your home in the next year, plan to be at Standard TV and Appliances Mega Sale. Everything is on sale.
Mega sale prices on KitchenAid, Whirlpool, GE, Maytag, RCA, Zenith, Mitsubishi, and more.
Standard on Southeast 82nd, Tigard on Highway 99, and Beaverton on Canyon Road.
Hurry in now for 5 months, no payments, no interest financing.
Savings that are out of this world. Now at Standard TV and Appliance, the Mega Sale.
Most people can't tell you exactly what they paid for their car, but ask what their monthly payment is, and they know it to the penny. That's why so many people are taking advantage of the 0% financing currently available at all Ford dealers. You literally will save thousands of dollars in interest alone, but at Landmark Ford, you'll find something more. An incredible selection and knowledgeable professionals who will treat you courteously and with respect. So come see us at Landmark Ford in Tigard. We're just off I-5 at the Haines Street exit.
The jury announces a verdict in the O.J. Simpson road rage trial.
As to count 1 of the charge, the defendant is not guilty. As to count 2 of the charge, the defendant is not guilty.
O.J. Simpson cleared on all charges in a Florida road rage case. He was in a traffic altercation last year. Prosecutors accused Simpson of reaching into another car, grabbing the driver's glasses and scratching his face. Simpson denied it, and his lawyer says Simpson was mistreated from the get-go.
The case itself was a one-on-one situation. It is obvious to everybody who was in this courthouse or who has ever lived and worked in this courthouse that, you know, people just aren't treated the way Mr. Simpson was treated in this particular case, regardless of what the state attorney's office said.
If Simpson had been convicted, he could have spent 16 years behind bars.
A frightening case of failed airport security in New Orleans. A security worker at Armstrong International Airport was fired today after allowing a gun onto a Southwest Airlines flight. A businessman from Mississippi had apparently forgotten that he had a Derringer pistol in his briefcase. Midway through the flight, the man remembered and told a flight attendant. He also handed over the weapon, and it was locked in the cockpit. The man was questioned by the FBI in Phoenix, but he was released because they found he had no intent to commit a crime. Big news for computer users today from one of the biggest computer companies.
Bill Gates unveiled a much-anticipated next step in the way most of our PCs look and act. James Satori reports.
It's the biggest revamp of Microsoft's dominant operating system in more than 5 years. Windows XP, or Experience, promises fewer system crashes and easier ways to play and manage audio and video files.
Without any question, Windows XP is the finest OS we've ever built, and in my opinion, it's the finest operating system in the world.
According to early reviews, XP is indeed a big improvement, likely to help Microsoft maintain its near monopoly on desktop operating system software. That has competitors nervous, fearing Microsoft will again skirt antitrust laws as it did when it targeted Netscape's internet browser with its own Internet Explorer.
They're certainly trying to use XP as a vehicle for up-leveling their control of the desktop area and consumers who are using desktop computers. I think they'll try to push that position into others.
I think Microsoft has always operated as a paranoid company.
David Bank, author of a recent book on Microsoft Chairman Bill Gates, says XP's improvements like online messaging and updated audio and video players are aimed at displacing other companies' products.
If something is popular enough that a lot of its users are taking advantage of it, they want it to be in the operating system. And in that sense, they do use the operating system to get into new businesses.
Microsoft says it's simply making it easier for users. Plus, other companies' software can still be added on.
We've worked hard to make it a very open platform and very easy for users to add programs and add devices to, and third-party developers to customize on top of.
XP is a $100 upgrade for current Windows Home users, more if you install it on 2 or more machines. Microsoft says computers less than 2 years old should be powerful enough, though more memory may be necessary. XP is already available pre-installed on new computers. Just a few months ago, Microsoft officials were hinting that excitement over XP could even spark a resurgence in PC sales. That was then. Today, the company may need all $200 million it set aside for promotion to convince consumers XP is an experience they can't live without. James Hattori, CNN, San Francisco.
Microsoft Windows XP will be launched officially tomorrow in New York.
Well, you might call it a blind date gone bad.
Yeah, some customers signing up for this Portland dating service say they ended up with a big surprise. iTeam 12 takes you out for a look at a dating service nightmare coming up.
After 2 recent failures, finally a victory for NASA. The Mars Odyssey is successfully orbiting the red planet tonight. Find out what its mission is.
Now time for tonight's winning lottery numbers. Oregon Mega Bucks, 5, 7, 15, 18, 32, and 40. And in Win for Life, 57, 63, 73, and 77.
Tonight's Powerball numbers 6, 2, 6, 15, 25, 36, and 37. But that's the Washington Lotto that we're looking at, actually. 2, 6, 15, 25, 36, 37 is Washington Lotto. And Washington Daily Game 2, 3, and 6. And there's Powerball. 6, 15, 24, 27, 42. The red Powerball is 32. The Power Play number is 5. Good luck.
She's a captive audience.
Who are you?
In a mysterious saga.
You made a play out of our logs?
And the stage is set for a deadly scenario.
He's threatening to kill off B'Elanna as the climax to his play.
But will she survive the shocking finale?
You will be assimilated.
On the next Star Trek
Tonight at 11 on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
The Lexus GS Series, priced from $39,180. It's ready for you. Are you ready for it? See Lexus of Portland.
It takes the right tools to get the right results. That's why in Oregon, there are many different tools to manage our many kinds of forests. Landowners choose from different harvest methods, depending on their goals and forest sites. This mix of goals and tools contributes to forests of many different ages. That's good for wildlife and provides all kinds of other benefits. Oregon's forests are diverse, and so are the tools we use to manage them. See for yourself. Rediscover Oregon's forests.
We're the people you can depend on. For quality, it's all right here.
Presenting 2 new Oak Unlimited furniture stores in Salem and Hillsborough. Unlimited savings during this grand opening event. Choose from over 50 beautiful dining room sets, over 30 gorgeous bedroom ensembles, quality office furniture that offers a 20-year warranty, and an unlimited selection of entertainment centers. Unlimited savings at Oak Unlimited's grand opening celebration at all 3 locations.
On Wall Street, the Dow rose 5 points to close at 9,345. The Nasdaq's up 27 at 1731. The 10 o'clock news continues in a moment.
One visit and you'll be convinced. Choosing to buy furniture and mattresses anywhere else is like choosing to pay higher prices.
United Furniture Warehouse.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you bake this bread? Is this fresh baked? Do you have any idea where it came from? No, I didn't think so. Come on, let's go for a ride. So, what do you think? Don't you just love the smell of fresh baked cardboard? Subway bakes their bread fresh every day. Right, Nancy?
Right, Jim. Subway's got 4 new delicious Subway Selects at the Southwest Chicken with tangy Southwest sauce, all on fresh baked gourmet bread, and all made fresh right in front of you.
Once you go fresh, you never go back.
Subway, eat fresh.
For 90 years, we've kept Americans moving. And there's no reason to stop now. Chevrolet. Right now, get 0% financing on every new car we build. Malibu, Cavalier, Impala. The cars behind a nation that never slows down. And you can own one, interest-free. Keep America rolling. See your local Chevy dealer today. We'll be there.
These are bare bones.
This is a bare-bone warehouse operation. No frills, no gimmicks, furniture and mattresses at savings of up to 1/2.
United Furniture Warehouse.
There's romance on the high seas.
Tonight is the night. Great.
Next time on Cheers.
Tonight on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
Looking for love in the Northwest? Dozens of singles who signed up for a dating service say they've been left penniless in Portland.
I-Team 12 investigates. Carrie Tomlinson is here with the story. Carrie.
Well, some customers told us Relationships Northwest promised to get them a date with a special someone for a price anywhere from, say, $1,500 to $4,000. But this relationship went sour. Now nearly 70 people have filed complaints with the state just in the last few months, saying this company stood them up.
If Jack wrote a personal ad, it might go something like this.
A really ardent Duck fan. I've season tickets for a long time. They've broken my heart, but I'm with them all the way.
But for Jack Reeves of Salem, the real heartbreak came during the off-season. After leading a single life for 22 years, he decided to sign up here. Relationships Northwest in Portland. He told them what he's like, a Duck fan.
Who likes to jet ski, who likes jazz.
And he told them what he wants, a Duck fan.
Who's got a pulse and has the ability to think for herself, who's bright, who will challenge me.
He paid up $2,500, he says, and got what?
I never got a date.
Why? This summer, Relationships Northwest disappeared. No one answered calls. The office, empty.
I drove up. There's nobody home. That's why their answer machine was full, because there was nobody there. It was like a thief in the night.
Dozens of people like Jack Reeves filed complaints with the state, saying no dates, no service, no money. I-Team 12 investigated. How did this happen? The owners of Relationships Northwest were Dennis and Linda Tarr, but their attorney says they're not responsible for the problems. The attorney says the Tarr's Corporation made a deal to buy Relationships Northwest from another man, Jeff Owens, in December. He says the couple ran the business for a while, but became disenchanted with things that were said and unsaid and tried to unwind the deal. The attorney says Jeff Owens refused. Now the Tarrs are filing a claim against Jeff Owens, alleging securities fraud. Jeff Owens' attorney has a different view. He says the deal was thoroughly examined by attorneys and accountants representing both buyer and seller. And he says Jeff Owens disclaims any responsibility for events occurring after the sale. There is one more wrinkle. Jeff Owens has had problems with a dating service company in the past when he was president of Together in 1996. The Oregon Attorney General's office investigated Together after hearing complaints. Finally, records show, Jeff Owens signed an agreement promising not to make misrepresentations like the potential of finding dates through his company. As for Relationships Northwest, Jeff Owen's attorney tells us his client has contacted the Attorney General's office and is cooperating fully.
Hey, I got football going for me, you know?
Jack Reeves is waiting to hear what happens, but he is busy now. He's got a date with the Ducks, and just maybe that could lead to someone else.
But I always like to be really positive and think, you know, someday, somewhere, somehow, hey, maybe at a Duck game, you know?
Now, all this between the companies is not over. The dispute between the two sets of owners is going into arbitration coming up in December, and that means the arbitrator will have to decide just what to do in this messy breakup.
It's just so sad because somebody who's gone to the extreme, really, of going to a dating service because they've decided they really want to meet somebody, it's like they're taken advantage of at a really vulnerable time in their life.
Well, it's certainly a difficult business situation. Who's to say that there was actual intention behind this to defraud people? But certainly there are a lot of people, almost 70 of them, who are going through similar situations, had big hopes that they would meet that special someone and instead met with, well, someone who wasn't quite so special.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of dollars gone.
That's
well,
right.
I hope that Duck fan finds somebody special at the
Nice
game.
guy, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Carrie.
Tomorrow night on 1912, do's and don'ts for dating services, what you'll want to know before you sign up to find a date. That's tomorrow on the 10 o'clock news. And if you have a story for I-team-12, give us a call, 503-736-0412, or drop us an email at I-team12@kptv.com.
We are getting closer to knowing about possible life on Mars. Today, NASA's Mars Odyssey successfully circled the red planet on its first full day in orbit. There was applause late last night at NASA's Mission Control after the Odyssey spacecraft arrived at its target. The ship was launched on April 7th from Cape Canaveral, Florida. It was designed to search for water, map surface minerals, and measure radiation levels on Mars. These findings could offer clues about possible extraterrestrial life. The probe will not land. A lick of patriotism will soon be found at your local post office. Today, U.S. Senate members and the U.S. Postal Service dedicated the United We Stand postage stamp. I bet this is a popular one. The stamp depicts Old Glory with the words United We Stand printed underneath. The stamp will be available in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, as well as New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania starting tomorrow. The rest of us will have to wait until November 5th.
A final look at your morning forecast with meteorologist Rod Hill just ahead.
And the Gresham volleyball girls put a new spin on going undefeated. Dan Christofferson has the numbers game when we come back.
Happy birthday. Want to get a great $6 restaurant burger without the restaurant? The $6 burger, $3.95 at Carl's Jr.
Once again, the Suburban Auto Group would like to thank everyone for their suggestions regarding our ambient waterfall sounds policy. Apparently, you feel soothing waterfall sounds become less and less soothing over time. We hear you, so we've started a new policy you're sure to love. It's Suburban's Fall Sales Event. Hurry to Suburban Auto Group October 26th to the 28th for unbelievably low APR rates on our huge inventory of new and used cars. Save thousands. This is our final sales event of the year, so get to Suburban today. Take Highway 26 to Mount Hood in Sandy.
Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel.
Giving your best. It's what you do for your family every day. And it's what Safeway has believed in for 75 years. Safeway, giving our best.
Depression affects over 50 million Americans, 1 out of every 5 people. Symptoms of depression may include feeling sad, down, or hopeless, having low energy, and changes in sleep. If you or someone you know is suffering from depression, there is a place to turn. Make an appointment at Pacific Northwest Clinical Research Center. You can participate in an investigational medication research study for depression at no cost. Call Pacific Northwest Clinical Research Center at 503-228-CARE.
This is my country. These are my people. This is the world I understand.
It's not just talking about service, it's really knowing the people we serve.
I know them like the back of my own hand.
Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick.
You know, if you're looking for something to wear when you're headed out, come on in.
From leather coats to raincoats, Men's Warehouse.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Tonight's sports report on the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Dodge.
It's your life. Get on with it. Dodge Caravan. Right now, get 0% APR financing, plus make no payments until 2002 on Dodge Caravan.
Now, sports with Dan Christofferson.
All right, the Winterhawks are gone, but not forgotten. They are off on a 3-game-long weekend road swing, but we caught up with them on their first stop. That would be Spokane, Washington. As if there's another Spokane. It's the Hawks and Chiefs. Portland fighting the uphill, or is it up ice battle all night long? 2-0, they trail when Paul Gostad has himself a blast from the side there. And that slices the margin to 2-1. Short while later, Joey Hope with the pass, and it's Matt Gurley sticking it in to make it 2 apiece, but that is where Spokane, the Chiefs, take command. Second period, they score 4 in a row. That was Mason Wallen with the one-timer and eventual game winner. Chiefs just keep pouring it on. They win it 6-2. It's the Hawks' first defeat in the last 6 outings. The quote was, "Don't let Stanford beat us twice." That was Oregon's rallying cry moments after dropping the ball on Saturday. One loss is all it should take to end the Ducks' national title shot, but a 6-1 team still has all kinds of possibilities.
The Fiesta Bowl now becomes our goal, and certainly winning the Pac-10 championship, which has always been part of our goal. I think the biggest thing we have to do is make sure we don't hang our heads, that we get back on the track.
And the road back starts in the Palouse, back in eastern Washington, and a big Saturday blowout with Washington State. Who would have guessed even a month ago that the Cougars would be favored to beat Oregon and stay perfect themselves?
We're 7-0. We're undefeated. We're ranked high. And we're not satisfied. You know, it's like getting a B on the test and not wanting an A, but wanting the highest grade ever recorded on that test. That's what we want right now.
All right, we'll see. T-minus 6 days and counting to the Blazers' season tip-off with the Lakers in Los Angeles. Friday is the preseason finale at the Rose Garden with Memphis coming to town. And it's looking right now like Rasheed Wallace will test his sore back. Bonzi Wells might play. Scottie Pippen plans to rest his back, and Damon Stoudemire likely won't see action either. So there you go. Over at the Park Blocks, the Portland State Hoop team pushing on toward a mid-November season opener. Joel Sabatka starting up his 4th year as Viking head coach. How time flies. And what he doesn't want is a repeat of year number 3. The Vikings coming off a 9-18 season. They're still pretty young this year with a transfer point guard running the show, a few freshmen ready to play, and a returning cast that the coach is just flat out counting on.
I'm encouraged right now by the way this team is accepting roles, by their understanding of what we want from just a team concept. I think that's going to be different from last year. I think we've got guys that really understand they're here as a part of a team and part of what our dream is, and that's to get to the NCAA tournament. And I think they understand how they can help us get there.
And the Vikings hit the season running November 17th. They open at Boise State, and then they take a Pac-10 meeting at Arizona State. That'll be tough. Tonight, the Gresham High volleyball girls in white taking aim on a perfect regular season, 16-0, and visiting Hood River doesn't even have a shot. Heather Madison right there, the service winner. Gresham's going to win this thing in 2 straight games, 15-3 and 15-5. And forget the 16-0 record for a second. The Gophers haven't lost a single game within a match for 7 long weeks. They lost 1 game in their season opener, and that is it. Every other match has gone 2 games to none. That's 31 straight games and counting.
They know what they've done, what they've accomplished. It was one of their goals from the beginning. They have other goals that they want to go out and accomplish, and that's what we talk about from this point. We talk about the goals that we set out at the beginning that we still need to accomplish. This is just one stepping stone in that process.
And they have a couple weeks off to rest their vocal cords and save their energy for the state tournament, but they are good.
And they're all about 6 feet tall, aren't they?
Yeah, that helps too.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
A little bit of light rain out there right now. That could be the case again in the morning with temperatures in the low to mid-40s.
All right, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for staying up with us tonight.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Saving money when you buy a car is simple at Armstrong Volkswagen.
because we offer our lowest possible price every day all year long. A simple offer you can count on. That's Armstrong Volkswagen, 20,000 McLaughlin in Gladstone. Drivers wanted.
On 6 acres with incredible views, Oatfield Estates is an alternative to assisted living unlike any in the world. The combination of our technology and the experience and care of our staff create the perfect high-tech, high-touch environment. Owners Bill Reed and Lydia Lundberg won the Computer World 21st Century Achievement Award for Oatfield Estates. Take Southeast Concord Road, 6 blocks east of McLaughlin, or call now to make your reservation at Oatfield Estates. You'll love it too.
If you're going to need anything for your home in the next year, plan to be at Standard TV and Appliances Mega Sale. Everything is on sale.
Mega sale prices on KitchenAid, Whirlpool, GE, Maytag, RCA, Zenith, Mitsubishi, and more.
Standard on Southeast. The Swan on an exit off I-5. Shenanigans on the beautiful Willamette River, Portland's best-kept secret.
I think it's just a very wrong thing to do right now.
I worry about my husband's job. I worry about my job.
In this economy, no way.
Today, America needs unity. Yet some in Washington are pushing a controversial law that will divide us. It's called Fast Track. Special powers to rush through flawed trade deals, stripping Congress of the right to change them. With layoffs mounting, why risk hasty trade laws that threaten more jobs? Tell Congressman Blumenauer to vote no on Fast Track.
Tell him to sit down and take another hard look at this.
Need more time?
Well, the Bedroom Superstore is extending our greatest offer ever one more weekend.
Do not pay till 2003.
That's till 2003. No down payment and no interest.
Save on more beds, complete bedrooms, kids and teens furniture, all Simmons mattresses.
With express 2-day delivery.
Plus, do not pay till 2003.
One more weekend. Offer ends Monday, 9 p.m. only at the Bedroom Superstore.